You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Pinky Webb. Our source today, Maharlika Investment Corporation President and CEO Rafael Consing Jr. Sir, I also wanted to find out from you, while you are backing this proposal to invest in NGCP, what about the rest of the members of the board? Do they share your position?
I believe so. Again, we're going to have to go through a committee meeting soon that's been scheduled for a couple of weeks from now. The reality really is that it's a requirement, it's a need rather. There's a very big need for the energy industry. It's a very complex energy situation and challenges that we're currently experiencing. And any support that any entity can provide to improve our energy security would would be very helpful.
Yeah.
But again, we just have to go through the numbers and also the willingness of the NGCP shareholders to actually accept Maharlika as an investor.
How does that work,
so
sir?
we can't just impose ourselves on NGCP.
How does that actually work, sir?
Basically.
How does that actually work, Mr. Consing? Sabi nyo nga, it's up to the shareholders as well. You can't just come in and say, we're coming in. You need their go signal. How does that work?
Well, first of all, we have to engage them. We have not had any conversations with them. We have not approached them. We do have access to their financials through the listed company, Synergy Grid Philippines, because it is a listed entity. But we've not undertaken any discussions with them. So the first thing that we need to do really is to engage them and determine their openness to getting an investor in. And second is to determine the valuation at which they'll allow third-party investors to come in. So I believe that we're a very long way to get there.
But in terms of siguro legality, Mr. Consing, do you foresee any possible problems here? I mean, just a brief background, and please correct me if I'm wrong, di ho ba? NGCP was privatized sometime in the time of President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo. Dati po siyang Transco, ginawang NGCP. As mentioned a while ago, 40% foreign-owned, 60% Filipino-owned. Meron ho bang possible legal questions on investing in such a company?
No, I don't see any problem with that. I.e., Maharlika should be able to invest in NGCP if we're allowed to invest in the company. And then if we're given the opportunity, rather.
Right. What about timeline or even urgency, sir, especially because of what happened last week?
Well, again, the reality is any acquisition or M&A that one does, you have to go through a process. We have to undertake due diligence. Again, assuming that those two steps have been cleared, i.e. they allow us to come in.
Right.
And number two, we've determined the kind of valuation we're willing to come in. The third is to undertake due diligence. So I intuitively, to my mind, should this occur, really, we're probably about nine months to probably about a year away from actually concluding a transaction. It's a quite complex transaction, in my opinion.
It's not as easy as it sounds, huh?
And we haven't engaged them, so it'll take a bit of time. Yeah,
but because you haven't even engaged them, and this was, the blackout just recently happened. There was a press conference by the Energy Secretary. Siguro the question, sir, is why was it quite easy, I guess, why were you comfortable to say that, yes, I am backing this proposal by Speaker Martin Romualdez, knowing, sir, that there was a blackout last week, that, for example, Iloilo lost about 1.5 billion to possibly even 2 billion, according to their Mayor Jerry Treñas, due to the blackouts, at a time where even the Energy Secretary had blamed NGCP for the massive blackout, to which NGCP, to be fair to them, was also saying that, please hear us out. Why was it easy for you to say, yeah, we should invest in the NGCP?
No, thanks for that. First of all, NGCP is a very profitable organization. It is the backbone of our electricity ecosystem, and you turn on any light in the morning and at night you basically pay them. So it generates significant amounts of cash flow per annum, and the fact that they're currently experiencing this means that there's significantly more capex that needs to be done, and that's where basically we can come in. In my opinion, these things really presents an opportunity for a third-party investor to come in and be able to support and provide, and contribute value
Okay.
so far as where our strengths lie. In our case, it's really the financial resources that we can bring in, and we can
And
come
because
up with co-create solutions to very specific challenges and tasks that they need to undertake. And we stand ready to support in areas where we can add value.
so I think it's very important what you said, Mr. Consing, that it is a profitable company, hindi ho ba? Because there could be sectors that will be saying, why will you invest there? Look at the problems besetting the country, allegedly because of them, as mentioned by, well, blamed, sabi nga ni Secretary Letilla, it was them. I think even the President said it's the NGCP. So basically you're saying, profitable kasi ito, kaya pwedeng pasukin. Now, siguro, just as a last question regarding this, are you confident, sakali pong this pushes through, of an optimal ROI with NGCP?
Yes, absolutely, definitely.
Would you have...
I've actually seen the numbers of SGP, which consolidates the numbers of NGCP, and it is a very profitable entity.
All right. Shifting topics,